Hello guys, welcome to my humble opinion classroom. Now in this video, we'll be talking about Nkrumah's idea for Pan-Africanism or for African unity. African unity. Nkrumah's idea for African unity. Now, for those of you who don't know who Kwame Nkrumah is, Kwame Nkrumah was the first president of Ghana. He was one of the leading nationalists that fought for Ghanaian independence. That was who Kwame Nkrumah was. Now, Nkrumah's idea, what was it inspired by? It was inspired by, let's talk about its inspiration. It was inspired by Pan-Africanism, which is number one. Number two, it was African nationalism. Number three, it was anti-colonialism. Number four, it was the socialist ideology. That was his inspiration. That was what inspired Kwame Nkrumah to want to do African nationalism or to want to bring up United States of Africa, just like the United States of America. Now, what are the key concepts? The key concepts of this Nkrumah's idea. What are the key concepts? Number one was a continental government. What is a continental government? It's a federal system with a federal authority. Now, imagine it like this. In the whole of Africa, the whole countries that is in Africa, we have one president, and then these countries, they will not be called countries, they will be called states. And these states will be answering to a federal authority. That is what they call the continental government. It's what the US is operating, the United States, because one state in the United States of America, that's what they call it, the United States of America, is bigger than the whole of Nigeria. Yes, that's the concept. Number two is a single African currency. You understand? That's the second concept. That a single African currency was to facilitate trade and economic integration. Imagine that if you went to Ghana, you went to South Africa, you went to Rwanda, you went to Mozambique, you are still using one currency. You understand? Just like what is happening in America. We have the US dollars, the USD. Anywhere you go in the United States of America, even beyond, the dollar is valuable and accepted. That was the second concept. Now, the third concept was a unified defense work. What's a unified defense work? It's like to ensure collective security. When they say collective security, like a single military, like in the whole of Africa, we have one single military. Instead of Nigerian army, Rwandan army, we have the African army. That was Nkrumah's concept. We have African army, and then this army will be divided. You understand, with different parastatals and different control, and which will therefore vie for collective security, which it will amplify collective security. Now, the number four concept was a common market. Now, what is this common market? Common market and economic unity. It was to promote economic development. The common is that one is already now. This is fourth concept self is already in play. It's already in place. Like what we have the ECOWAS, which is the Economic Community of West African States, which handles some things about West Africa. So that idea is already playing. So a common market was the third concept or the fourth concept, yeah. And then number five, we have the African Central Bank. The African Central Bank. So now, his concept was instead of having the Central Bank of Nigeria, we have the Central Bank of Africa. That was Nkrumah's idea, not mine. We have the Central Bank of Africa. Now, I've studied Kwame Nkrumah. I've seen all his ideas. His ideas were great, but me, I'm going to do a little bit of criticism, constructive criticism about his idea. Number one, Nkrumah was somebody who never stayed one place. He loved to travel a lot, and that was one of the reasons why he was overthrown, why he why the power was usurped, or the power was like snatched from him in Ghana. And he likes to go to other countries and trying to solve their problem. Understand? His ideas were the best. His ideas can actually work, but number one, in Africa, we have different tribes and languages. So I don't think we can have a United States of Africa because of language is a barrier. And that's the truth. Language is a barrier. We can only have like an umbrella or like an organization, which is what ECOWAS is doing, the African Union. But if you want to have a United States of Africa, where one man will be a central government or the central president that will be controlling the whole of Africa, I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible because of language barrier, cultural barrier. That's the number one critique. And if you look at it, you will see that Africa is big, it's large, it's diverse, it's filled with a lot of possibilities, a lot of like it's an opportunity for many white people. See, Europe basically used Africa to develop their continent. That's the truth. That's to tell you how fertile Africa is. So I don't think we can have a United States of Africa. We can't. It's not possible because in the United States of America, they are basically speaking one language. Everybody is speaking English. Nobody. They don't have different language. They're all speaking English. So if you want to bring that concept into Africa, it will not work. The only thing that will work is an organization or an umbrella, which is already in place, which is the United States, which is the Economic Community of West African States and the African Union and other sub unions, other sub organizations. That's the truth. So that's my humble opinion class today. I hope you learned something. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have a lot coming. So this Nkrumah's idea for an United States of Africa, and this is my own critique why I think it won't work in Africa. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Peace and love.